Last time at price break.
Last chance.
Last chance. I think it actually ends, isn't it like tomorrow or something like that?
I'll look it up when we get to my cards, but
I think,
yeah,
I think it's tomorrow, yeah.
I'm Marlo, and this is Mike Mezek. Mike is a resident numismatist. He's a coin expert, and it's so nice for you to join us tonight. We certainly love your company. Why are you laughing a little bit?
A friend of mine said, yeah, so you're a doctor of coinology. And
I like that.
Well, no, not exactly. I'm a numismatist, but that sounds funner.
Oh, it sounds a lot of fun. I might have to call you that from now on.
Right.
So let's take a look at our customer pick as we start this out.
Okay, I did this 2 weeks ago, I guess, and it was a monster hit. This was a monster hit. I have some for this presentation. This will be my last primetime presentation of this for the foreseeable future, if not ever. Not only will it be that, but it will absolutely be the last time I can do this at $399.95. I will never sell this for less. As a matter of fact, I don't know that anybody sells this for less, or anybody can ever sell this for less. So let's take a look at the United States American Silver Eagle. First made in 1986, the Liberty Coin Act was signed into law by President Ronald Reagan, creating the single most popular Silver Eagle ever done by the United States government, and it was the most popularly collected silver coin in the world. This is from the very first year of issue. Now here's the problem with this coin and why this coin is so incredible and what your opportunity is so amazing. I know you're used to buying Mint State 70 American Silver Eagles, and we sell them here for $79 and $89 and $99 and, you know, right in there, mostly 99 and above. But this is the first year of issue. You have to understand, back then, nobody certified coins. Back then, everybody just opened up those boxes and it was no big deal.
Really?
Oh, goodness, yes. I mean, they were just bullion coins. As a matter of fact, the very first person to ever certify modern issue Silver Eagles is me. And it was only about 1998. So for 13 years, nobody cared about the condition of these coins. And nobody cared about the condition of these coins. Importantly, the government didn't care how they made them. So they did not put any forethought or foresight into making these coins. So the vast majority of these coins are in Mint State 69 or below. Well, Mint State 70 coins are quite easy to get today. Mint State 70 coins are virtually impossible from the early years. So at $479.95, it's a 4.6 star customer pick, I sold every single one that I had. Because of a program that we've been doing here, like the Mint State 69 Silver Eagle sets, I've graded literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of 1986 American Silver Eagles to get the Mint State 69s. And out of those literally tens of thousands of 1986 Silver Eagles, I ended up now with about 200 of the Mint State 70s. Now, because we had done all of the other coins, I can sell this at $399. And this is the important part of this in Mint State 70. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee here at HSN. I challenge you to try to find this coin at $399. As a matter of fact, I challenge you to be able to find this coin at $499 or $599 or even $699.
Really?
Oh, goodness. There's no other place. I'm the only person, I think, on the planet that can do this at $399. Now, what I should probably do is kind of take them out a few at a time at $479 or $499 or $599 or $699. But instead, because of the thousands and thousands and thousands of Mint State 69 sets, and it's really not what we do. The reason I've been here for going on 20 years now, not quite, I got a couple more years to 20, is because we give you the best possible coins at the best possible price. And this coin right here is the embodiment of that. This coin right here in Mint State 70, first year of issue American Silver Eagle, is literally, quite literally, the embodiment of us providing you the best possible coin at the best possible price. And there may be people that sell coins out there here and there for us that they may be less, they may be more, but they certainly are not better values in terms of buying from a trusted source and doing that. And this is a coin that's not only from a trusted source, but it is also at a price that you're just not going to be able to find. It's a significant American coin, the very first year of issue of the American Silver Eagle. And remember, back then, today they make 40 or 50 or 60 million American Silver Eagles, and the technology has improved dramatically. Back then, I think the 86, they made 5.5 million coins. Okay, 6.5 million coins. So there weren't that many coins made, and of the coins that were made, almost none of them are in Mint State 70. So of the millions of coins that were made, the whole universe of Mint State 70 coins is maybe a couple thousand coins.
And Mint State 70 means
perfect.
It's a perfect coin.
It's perfect. That's a good point. So remember, in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? Condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. So you go out there and, like I said, find a 1986 coin. If you find it for less than $3.99, you send this one back. If you find it for less than $4.99, you send this one back. And you think this is a great price, the 1987, 88, and 89 coins. Okay, in Mint State 70, I think probably the average price you're going to find out there is probably $800 or $900. They are even more difficult to get. I'm going to give you the opportunity to get all 4 of those here in just 1 second as a special price. So not only do I have this coin, but we have taken $80 off the coin for the final quantities that I've got available, which is now we are well under 200 coins. And that's not, you'll see these again next week or whatever. That's the quantity I have. Okay, I just can't get any more of these. I only got them, it was only by happenstance, in essence, that I got these anyway. It's not like I was able to go buy these coins or find these coins or someone had these coins. It was only because we literally did them ourselves. It's the only way. This is a price that I can virtually get wholesale for. So in other words, I could call other dealers. But what we want to do is I want to reward all the people that have been watching us here for all of these years and say, okay, you have the opportunity to literally buy this like a dealer, to be able to get this at a price that is just going to be unheard of in the marketplace. Like I said, 4.6 customer stars at $479. So at a price break of $399.95 for an absolutely significant, incredible, important American coin. It's not just any proof perfect American Silver Eagle. It is the very first year of issue, and it is a coin that in perfect condition, it is a coin that in perfect condition is virtually impossible to find. Yet we have got a very limited quantity. I have got a very small quantities, a final quantities of these that not only can I do, but I can do with this special price break. And what I can promise you, what I can tell you, is that I will never, ever, ever, ever sell this coin for less. I will never sell this coin for less. I can guarantee I will sell it for more at some point in the future. That's an absolute guarantee because it's that first year of issue. And I have a coin that virtually nobody else, it's so very, very difficult to get. Like you said, an NGC or PCGS, you can easily spend $700, $800, $900, even $1,000, I think, for this 1986. That's how difficult this coin is to get in one of the 3 major grading companies. If you see this coin out there at $499 or so, they probably bought it here at $399. It's amazing the number of coins I see out there that fall into that category. Coins that I know that I have exclusively that we have the best prices on, and all of a sudden you see them out there. You see them out there for more money, because when I say this is the original issue price for us, this is our wholesale price in essence, there's people who this really is the wholesale price, that they get this and then they go do that. And I mean, this is America. Good on them if they're able to do that and to reach a new market. But they understand the value and understand the historical significance of the very first year of issue. The fact that it's certified perfect. Understand that only a fraction of these older coins, okay, only a fraction of these older coins are in this incredible Mint State 70 absolutely perfect condition, because they just weren't made that well back then. They just weren't made that well back then. And so that's what the situation is, to get that first year of issue, to get that opportunity for you to own this. And like I said, with everybody on the phone, I have maybe 5 or 6 dozen of these. So this is quite likely my final primetime presentation. I don't know. I'm not going to get any more coins than what I have now.
All right. I should mention that you do get the red oak presentation box, so that comes along with it. And on that note, we want to say congratulations to those of you that ordered that one. We will keep you updated. That one is really limited.